Hey everybody, good morning. It's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and I'm here with an early morning book review. Some little Christmas presents that I got that I wanted to share, and a new idea that I had for 2026, and we'll see if I can stick to it. So first off, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and yay, I'm so glad it's over. I've told you before, I'm not a Christmas person. But I try because everyone else in the family is a Christmas person. Even as a little kid, I wasn't particularly crazy about Christmas. After I found out there was no Santa Claus and, it's just so stressful with the whole family together. But this year was actually very, very good. We had very low stress and people got just enough presents, not too many, not too few. Because, blatant consumerism is really going out the door for me. I have become somebody who curates what they bring inside their home. I think there's a Jewish saying, and if you are of that faith, please let me know if I'm correct. Says, be very careful what you let in your home. And so I've begun to curate very carefully what I put in my house, in my direct environment. And clearing a lot of stuff out. I mean, not a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not doing any Swedish death cleaning or anything like that, but moving on. Okay, let me show you some of the Christmas presents that I got that were particularly meaningful for me. First off, I got a bunch of clothes from my mom, but they're sweaters, and which is wonderful. I love a sweater. God knows I love a sweater, but it was 80 here yesterday. It's like Philip would understand. We're having Christmas in Australia. It was 80 here yesterday, and we Okies just aren't used to that. So my sweaters are packed up in the closet and put away until an appropriate time when I can wear them, but they're beautiful. And so I got that. I got a book stand from my son and daughter-in-law, which is very pretty, and I probably need to post a picture of it. It's like a wooden stand that you would display a book on. And there's also a place for like a cup of coffee and everything like that, but I don't know how I would use that, how I would balance that. I mean, the coffee would go all over the place and everything like that. I got a new coffee cup, which at the moment I don't know where it is, but it's got books on it. It's beautiful. I got this from my mother, The Plague Court Murders, because she knows now that I collect John Dixon Carr, and I also collect when he's writing as Carter Dixon. And so this is part of the book review that I have. In that, the book that I'm reviewing is The White Priory Murders, which is the second in the series. So it's The Plague Court is first, and then you have The White Priory Murders, and I just finished this one. So I'll get to the book review in a second. And then I thought this was particularly wonderful. Can you guys see this? I hope you can see this. This is a little teeny tiny bookmark, and it has my name on it. And my son and daughter-in-law got me that too. And it's magnetic. And they're big into monogram things. I like monogram things. And I never thought I would like a monogram thing. I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get something monogrammed. But I just adore this. I just adore this. It's simple, it's functional, it's beautiful, comes in a beautiful little sack. I love it. I also got from a work friend this beautiful planner that hopefully I will find a use for. I'm not really a planner person, but you never know. I could suddenly be a planner person with something this pretty to plan with. Okay. So let's start with the book review, and then I'll show you my new project. So The White Priory Murders. It's billed as a Christmas mystery. It's not really. There's no Christmas talked about in reality. It takes place during a snowy part of winter, and snow is crucial to the mystery. So basically what you have is a country house, And this guy who owns the country house, his name is Maurice, and he is crazy about Charles II. And so he's bought this house, and it was either some part of Charles II's estate or he's made it look like it is. But what he has done is he has created, I have to adjust my tie-dye nightie here, he has created a pavilion that's like way out on the grounds. And so you walk, there's a walkway from the grounds to the pavilion. And in the pavilion is, and it's a little round, like octagonal pavilion. And it's all decorated up and everything like that. And it's a replica of where Charles II used to take his paramours. And he would take them out there and they would have a good time, and you get my drift. Okay, so the plot of the story is that we have a movie star by the name of Marcia Tate. Marcia Tate is staying, they say for the holidays, but like nobody has a tree up and nobody talks about Christmas or anything like that. She is staying in the pavilion. Maurice has invited her, and she is staying in the pavilion trying to get this play off the ground. They want to do this play in London. And there's about 5 or 6 different characters. There's not too many characters, but there's about 5 or 6 different characters in it that are involved with the production of this play. You have the director, and you have one of the older stars, or an older guy who's going to be one of the stars of the play, and then a producer, and yada, yada, yada. And Marcia is, of course, found killed in the pavilion, but there's only one set of tracks going up to the pavilion, which apparently are Marcia's. So how did that happen? There's like unbroken snow all the way around. So it's a lot of timing. There's a lot of timing discussed, like when did the snow stop? When did it start? When did people arrive at the house? When did people leave the house? There's a lot of timing in there. There's a lot about fireplaces and how long it takes a fire to burn out, and there's broken glasses, which the broken glasses part I thought was brilliant. I thought that was brilliant. And so basically what you're doing is, it's a country house mystery, which is wonderful. And our detective is Henry Merrivale, who's never been one of my favorites. I will remember to post my John Dickinson Carr deep dive, let's see what time it is, 8:07, here at 8:07, and you can review that one. Henry Merrivale's never been one of my favorites. They call him HM. Gideon Fell is my favorite, but that's for another time. But Henry Merrivale is good, and he is brought in as the detective, the consulting detective on the case. And when he explains it, you're like, of course, of course. That's one of the reasons why I love John Dickinson Carr, is because he's not like Agatha Christie, where he pulls out an extra clue or adds a different character at the end or something like that. I mean, it is all there. It is all there. And yeah, it was a fantastic read. It was very fun, which leads me to my next project. So I have a very, in terms of BookTube, I've been on BookTube for a long time, and I have kind of not the highest subscriber rate, but I made a lot of friends. And my thing is, I am very niche. I like vintage books. I like classic mysteries. I like, books off the beaten path. And so I thought for a while I was going to change that up and follow the crowd and become a little bit more modern, but that's just not me. I'm just not more modern. I cross stitch, I knit, I go to bed way early, I wake up way early. I go to church every Sunday. I'm just an old woman trapped in an olding in an aging woman's body. So anyway, I'm looking at 2026 and I'm like, I want to do something different. I want to do something a little bit different. What do I want to do? I don't want to make a big change in my life. I don't want to set a New Year's resolution that I'm going to be disappointed in. So I have decided, my mom got gifted this at a Daughters of the King, a gift party. We had a Christmas party and I took it from her because I thought it was so cute. She doesn't journal or anything like that, so it's not like I ripped it out of her hands. But anyway, I'm going to do a commonplace book. And so I've started with The White Priory, and I put who wrote it, and I put the copyright date 1934, and I put, or first started, I put a question mark because I don't remember when I started it, but I have when I finished it. I gave it 4 stars. And I put a little confusing, but it all comes together at the end. And so this is going to be my commonplace book, and I'm going to try to keep this up. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Goodreads, you idiot. But I had gotten off of Goodreads last year, and I don't want to do Goodreads because I'm too influenced by other people's opinions. And so I wanted to just have my own little book that if anybody should be able to read my writing after I'm gone, you know, grandkids or great-grandkids or anything like that, if they want to know what I was up to, then they can have this little book. I should have started it sooner because I have so many books that I've read and loved. But I'm just going to try to keep, that's my one, call it resolution, call it promise to myself, call it hopefully achievable, is I'm just going to keep my commonplace book up just for this year, just for 2026, and see what happens. That's what I'm going to do. But White Priory Murders, very good. It can be a little bit confusing. It can be a little bit confusing, but at the end, when you get to the end, you're like, of course that's who it was. But so many red herrings, so many things that are laid out for you, and you don't recognize them at the time as clues, but HM recognizes them at the time as clues, and it's wonderful. So anyway, that was my early morning book review, and I hope you guys have a great day after Christmas and a great rest of the week. And I will check you later.